All right, guys, a little bonkers here. I'm actually going to do a Sunday Funday on Christmas Eve. So Merry Christmas to everybody. And I'm sure I'll see you guys tomorrow as well. So what happens here, these are not my watches. All I do is I connect the buyer and seller. Information down below in the description, very clear, and I'll try to keep it real time. I'll keep it updated so you can tell if you should email me or not. Only email to purchase, please. Any questions will be ignored, passed over, because I need to rapidly move these out. Let's see. USA shipping, UPS, insured. What will happen is essentially, just to brush over how I do the sale, is I provide you with all the information in an email response. It's just follow it exactly as I give it to you. You will end up paying the seller of the watch and then provide me your shipping information, and then you will reimburse me the shipping cost once I ship it to you. So it's pretty simple. I've done it thousands of times, shockingly. Okay, let's get into it. First up, I started with this guy because it's kind of a Christmas looking watch. This is the Citizen CA4488-52X. It is, of course, a Citizen Eco Drive. I believe it has a sapphire crystal too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me on that. It might not. This is a pretty cheap watch as far as affordability, but the quality is definitely up there. We'll do this one for $75. All these prices do not include shipping. Shipping, typically, depending on the level of insurance, is going to run anywhere from $10 to $20-ish right in there, just so you have an idea, so you know that you're going to be adding that on top of it. So, but this one's $75. This guy here, the Casio Edifice EFB108D. This one does have a sapphire crystal, as clearly indicated on the dial. No box or papers with this one. Does have a couple extra links, so you should be able to get it to fit. Extremely thin, very cool looking watch. Only $35 plus the shipping, of course. $35 on that one. Next up, the S.U.F is returning. This is a full kit. Comes with the bracelet, comes with the Ericas, and if you're so inclined, I can even throw in this strap habit leather, which I think pairs up nicely with it. This is the last time it's going to be offered on the Sunday Funday sale at an incredible $1,500. This thing is running at plus 8 seconds. It's very thin, very cool. And I mean, that is less than half the price of new. So if you're interested in checking out a S.U.F, here's your opportunity. Don't let it pass. Once it's after today, it's going back. If no one buys it today, it's going back to my buddy Long Island John. And then you can get a hold of him if you want to buy it. All right, next up, Seiko SRP637, running at plus 15 seconds. This is that brown US special edition one. Very good shape. I don't see any deal breakers here. It's very clean. $300. So there's that one, 300 bucks. Next up, we have another Citizen. I think maybe it was worn once. It still has the tag on it. This is the BN0227-17X using the E168 Solar Eco Drive, full lume dial. Very cool. I believe this is titanium coated as well. It's titanium and coated. We'll do this one for $175. And let's see, next up, the Zodiac Super Seawolf 53. This is limited edition. They only made 500 of these, and this is number 337. This is the ZO9213. And again, it is in great shape. There might be a couple little micro scratches on it. Again, nothing to upset the purchase of it, and it's running at plus 8 seconds. This one has like crazy, you wouldn't tell by looking at it, but when you do a lume shot, which I'll try to do a lume shot at the end, the markers actually glow orange, of all things, right? Very cool. We'll do this one for $600. That's the Zodiac William Wood. This one's used, of course, all of these are used. Still in great shape. There might be a couple finicky things. Somebody told me something about the clasp being a little finicky. I'm not noticing any problems. I don't know. Yeah, Tennessee, this was Tennessee Mike's old watch, and then Calico ended up with it. So, but Tennessee Mike was like, hey, make sure you mention the clasp. I don't know, it seems to be okay. I don't know what the issue was with the clasp. This thing's running a little fast at plus 20 seconds. I believe it has a Seiko. Yeah, it's a Seiko movement in it, so that's not crazy. That's still within spec. It's only $100, guys. So you can get yourself into a London-based William Wood dive watch for $100. That's nothing really to complain about there, I don't think. Next up, sticker's still on, or put back on, or something. I don't see any marks on this thing. Still in great shape. The Seiko Samurai SRP637 running at plus 12 seconds. We'll do this one for $250. A little off frame there. Sorry, I got too many watches. Another Seiko. We'll do the, quote, baby tuna. There's nothing baby about it. It's actually a pretty large watch. Some definitely micro scratches on this guy, so definitely in the used category with actual signs of wear, which is always kind of nice when you're buying a used watch. It's nice to have it super, super clean, but for me personally, seeing them and people not really wearing them or having any signs of wear, it's kind of a bummer, you know. Wear your watch. Definitely these Seikos, right? This thing's running at plus 4 seconds. We'll do this one for $350. I don't think you can even get these anymore, if I'm not mistaken. Not that I follow the Seiko line that much. Next up, NTH Amphion Vintage Gilt. This was one of my favorite ones. The sword hand with the gilt dial and the excellent bezel. Nice bracelet, good clasp, little micro scratch there, nothing major. I don't see anything to deter a purchase from this thing. It looks clean as far as I can tell. And it is running at plus 12 seconds, an incredible price at only $325. $325, that's a great way to get into an NTH. Next up, Christopher Ward C65 chronograph automatic. These have long since been discontinued as far as I can tell. Still has the plastic on here. It might look like it's scratched. It actually has the plastic on there. This thing is in great shape, quick release spring bars, automatic chronograph. I mean, and it's just a stunner. Now, I do have somebody that's already interested in this, so I'm kind of holding it for my buddy Todd, but if he passes on it, that's why you want to email me on this one, because it's not technically sold. So if Todd passes on it, I'm going to do timestamp. When you email me, you're going to be put in queue for this thing. So, and I will keep track of that. This thing, I'm going to do this one at only $850. That's, go look it up if you're interested in chronographs, or maybe you already know, $850. All my prices are typically the lowest. If they're not, you need to let me know. I mean, there's always that, the super high one and the super low one. You need to dismiss those, take the average, and then I go a little bit lower than that. That's how I get my pricing. And the last one on this list, I'm going to do the Glycine DC4. This is the 42 millimeter variant, GL0071. It is not the purest. It has the AM PM on the dial, but it has the 12-hour and the 24-hour. Great wearing watch. On this leather, the actual Glycine leather strap. If you've never owned an Airman, definitely try one. I've owned a couple of them. I think they're great. This one's running at plus 3 seconds, and we'll do this one for $550. Now, the Glycine Airman prices, Glycine in general, their prices are all over the price. I think $550 is incredibly fair for this guy. There it is, guys. Good luck. Merry Christmas. These will obviously go out after Christmas. So the lume on the, remember I mentioned the lume on the Zodiac? It's weak, but it's definitely orange. Good luck.